everybody. It's Friday. It's the Nerd Den. Yeah! I need like
Nerd Den.
Yep.
What's up, Carrots? Welcome.
Nerd Den.
God, I've been doing all these interviews. Interviewed some amazing people for Web3 Comic Con, and it's just a lot. it's awesome. It's also a lot. That's a lot of people, which is great. A lot of people are supporting and showing up, and it's just a lot of conversations. So let's have another one. It's Friday. What the hell? Hey guys, what's up, Zach? What's up, Avery? How you doing?
I cannot complain.
Yeah.
Although if I did, who would really listen? Because I'm just sitting by myself in a musty Florida apartment, listening to the thunder outside.
Oh, that's nice.
It really puts you on, gives you an understanding of your place in the universe.
Yeah, I actually love. That's one of the things I like about Florida is like the storms and stuff. I really dig that. I know I'm weird.
No, you're not weird at all. You're just you.
You're weird. I'm judging.
It'd be judgmental. Let's see. I don't know where. So Dusty is not going to be here tonight. He's grinding. He's like, he asked permission. He was just like, "Can I please not come tonight? I just can't with you guys." No, he actually said he's just been really grinding on Web3 Comic Con, and we're reaching out to literally thousands of people. So he asked permission to pause for the night. And Andrew, I don't know where Andrew is. I'm guessing that Andrew's asleep. Oh no, he just said, "Yeah, just a minute." So yeah, I woke him up. Right, so that's good. Let's see. Let me give him a little heart. Cool. So he'll be here in just a second. So I got a couple things. I do have one thing for us tonight, and maybe I'll wait till Andrew's here. So a few weeks ago, and I think I might have mentioned it. There's a traveling Marvel museum that's in my area right now, right?
Yeah. I think it's in multiple areas at the same time. Like there's more than one. Because I've seen other people post about it too, and they aren't in your area. I did this. Quite
possible, because I could see how they could do that. But I'll tell you, man, it was incredible, and I took a shit ton of photos. So we can like kind of go through that. I know it's like sometimes it's like, oh, look at my slides, right? Hopefully it's not that bad, but
let's look at your family vacation photos.
It's a little. I mean, it's a lot of artwork because I took a lot of like screenshots, photos of like all the stuff they had there. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be good. I thought it was awesome, and seeing the pages are pretty fucking cool.
It's like the Griswolds. Let's do this.
I don't know, man. You're not making it sound appealing, but it's okay. What's up, Andrew? He's in the green room. Let me go get him. Hey, man.
Hey.
How are you?
I just realized I might have the wrong microphone on.
Oh no, you sound okay.
Let me switch it. Hi guys, how you doing?
Good.
After the stream, I have a story to tell you guys.
Oh yeah, it's a post-stream story time with Andrew.
Yeah, it's a not for publication story. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just
it's not bad. We don't want
the cops finally pull over your rape van.
I don't want the person who the story is about to ever see that I admitted what I did.
Oh. Garrett says, Andrew!
That's right. I'm here.
That's right. I'm here.
And my rude comment coming into the stream was completely destroyed by me not being here on time. So
it's true. Hey, Carrot says, watched a bunch of your store videos. You've really grown it into something awesome from what it started at.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I started a new series of videos. I put up the first one, I think yesterday, called Misfit Corner Comics Rescue. And it's me taking a really badly beat up, damaged, horribly looking comic and trying to press it and save it.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
The one that I did was a issue of Richie Rich that had a really bad spine roll on it and everything. And I walked through all the steps on, you know, steaming it, pressing it flat, then folding it, pressing it again, and it turned a quarter comic into a pretty decent reader copy dollar comic.
Are you actually gonna? Hey, what's up, Kyle? Kyle's here. He says, "Howdy, happy Friday." Are you? So I know you're in mode of like learning how to press it and kind of get that technique down. Are you?
Yep.
Are you going to go further and go into like the color touch up and the tear touch up and like because they get crazy. Like I don't even know. I have no idea how they do it.
Well, I'm taking that slowly because if you do obvious things to a comic that they can identify, they will slap it with when you grade it, they'll slap it with a purple label which is restored. And that people, even though the value is still there, people don't want restored comics. And from what I've been told, if you do cleaning that fades some of the color, it's something that stands out as a obvious restoration attempt and diminishes the collectability greatly. So I'm right now I'm just doing pressing. I'm not doing any deep cleaning or anything like that. But I might eventually get into it just for my own personal copies. But if it's something that I'm planning on reselling or selling in the store, then I want to be very careful. So
yeah,
I've seen some of those copies. There's a couple of guys out there that are good enough, I guess, to get it past CGC. They're like, yeah, I give it to this guy, and they're like, oh yeah, he's the best. Like their restoration ability is phenomenal. It's crazy. Like it's legitimately like another level of restoration.
I'll be honest, so far just doing simple pressings on a book makes it look so much better. So much better. And I've literally got a stack of comics behind me that when they are pressed are going to go in the store and they're probably going to go in the dollar bin. But I don't care. I want to press them because they look so much better.
Plus you're learning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can once you get it down, you just document the process so you know exactly what temperature, exactly how many hours, exactly how many times.
Do you guys want to see a couple that I've gotten recently that I've pressed and I'm going to send them away to be graded? Some are for me personally.
Oh yeah.
I may have showed you guys this one because the cover frickin' rocks. But this is a title that was it's from Marvel. It was originally called Fear. And it later got changed to Adventures in Fear, or Adventures into Fear. And this one is issue number 31. It's the last of the series. It's a 25-cent issue. But, guys, I don't know if I've showed you this one before, but it's a Morbius cover.
Yeah.
Is that not gorgeous?
Yeah, that's gorgeous, man.
This is one that I may I've already pressed it, but I may grade it and just keep it for myself. I'm not a Morbius fan, but I'm a beautiful comic fan, and I just absolutely adore this cover.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous cover, man. Wait, show it one more time. Show it one more time. I have to say, like, just as like the trade dress,
you don't get the glare all over it.
That's okay, right there. Yeah, like the trade dress on these things are so good, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Like, look at how good that is.
It makes the image even pop out more. You know, with the fact that he's in front of the lettering and the title, and it's just there's so much going on here, and it's just it's a complete package for a cover. You know, another one that's a classic that I may get just done for me is Mask #1.
No way, really.
This was a comic that absolutely needed to be pressed. These are also ones I picked up for like 50 cents at Heroes. This is like a $10, $12 book in mint condition, near mint condition.
Yeah.
And after pressing it, I think it looked gorgeous. And this is a piece of our childhood right here.
Carrot says, when would that have been written? And I'm not sure if he's talking about Mask or if he's talking about the Mobius book.
76,
probably the Mobius.
Yeah.
Morbius.
76, I believe, was the date on it. So not as old as me, but almost. The Mask was 85. This is another one from my childhood. I
It's
specifically
Morbid
remember.
Time.
I specifically remember having this issue.
Oh, look at that cover!
And loving the hell out of it. This is Transformers number 7, and I think the reason I love this issue so much is because Ratchet, the white guy here, the white and red guy here, was one of my first actual toys that I owned. Starscream was the first. He was like number 2. But this comic, I remember having it and absolutely loving it, and I've got a craving to get issues that I collected as a kid and thoroughly loved, whether no matter the value.
Yeah,
get them graded and have a graded copy at home, and this is one of the ones I'm thinking about doing.
On that point, like I actually think that there's a thing to that, because I know for me, like I am positive what I do when I go shopping or when I go to conventions is I end up rebuying this, just like automatically rebuying the same copy. Like I was just flipping through some of my books today, and I realized that I have like there's an X Factor book that I have with Larry Stroman. I have like 4 copies of it.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's great,
Here are 4 more books from my childhood that I may just grade just to have them in my collection, and they're all
Todd,
G.I. Joe.
I do the same thing with Walter Simonson Thors.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe number 17.
Oh, nice.
G.I. Joe number 26, which is the origin of Snake Eyes. Now, those
look great, man.
This copy has a little tear in the cover, which means if I sold it or I graded it and tried to sell it, I wouldn't get anywhere near what a mint copy would be worth. But this is a direct edition, not the newsstand edition. The newsstand's a little bit rarer, but still, graded and in my collection would be awesome. This is one I remember having in my collection, issue number 59.
I like how you're going after the G.I. Joes, man. That's cool.
Oh, yeah. I know. What's so funny is I had a guy who was coming to my store who had a complete run of G.I. Joe, and he was looking for a second complete run in order for him to read it. He wanted one complete copy just for himself and the other one for reading purposes. And I've been helping him try to get them, and he hasn't been in the store in a while, and I've got a stack like this big of issues, including some doubles. So I'm going to go through them and pull out the doubles and maybe even more of them and consider keeping them for myself. And then this is issue number 62. I think the first. So good. I think I collected G.I. Joe around the mid 30s. The lowest number I think I originally remember buying was like around 32, and collected all the way through like 75, 80. So those are all like the sweet spots of my collection. But those are all set aside to potentially grade for me and possibly for the store. I think if I was able to find a better graded copy of an issue later, I would be willing to, get rid of these. But these are 2 right here I wanted to show you guys, but these are 2 for after the show.
Wait, why after the show?
There's a reason. I just told you before.
Oh, this is like you rip somebody. This is where we learn you rip somebody off.
I did not rip anybody off.
You're a dirtbag.
No, I'm not a dirtbag.
You're a dirtbag.
Actually, this person is a dirtbag, and I'm taking advantage of their dumb dirtbaggedness.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
Carrot says, I had to learn what the difference was between newsstand and direct edition this week.
Oh, you had to learn?
Oh, yeah.
Well, newsstand is the rarer of the 2.
Yeah.
So if you have a comic like this Conan comic right here with a barcode down there in the corner, that's a newsstand edition. And they're more rare to find in good condition, simply because that's the way they were distributed is on the newsstand. And
on the
take care of it.
Yeah, a lot of those got beat to crap.
Oh yeah, because that's where before you were a collector, when you were a little kid, that's where you bought them. You folded them up, you put them in your pocket, you threw them around. They got torn up.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Well, also the people, it wasn't like the direct distribution stuff was like really for collector shops. So those comic shop owners would take care of the books and be really careful with them, whereas like the grocery store could give two shits. They would just throw them in there, right?
Oh yeah, not to mention a lot of those newsstand issues would then be the
Karen
covers
says would probably have boobies.
Remember when they used to cut the covers off and send them back and didn't send them back?
Yep.
But they still got destroyed.
Yep.
Because I would find them at the flea market. Somebody would have stacks of comics for sale cheap that all had the covers cut, and I'm like, these were supposed to go back to the publisher,
right?
But they didn't.
Since we're focusing on me today, I have some more covers if you want to check out. That,
yeah, man, let's go. Let's go. And I know Zach's got some movie stuff, but yeah, let's go for it.
But I got a new page.
Or not.
Well, I got a new page I can show.
Sorry. I've got both hands full of very cute cat.
We hear it. We hear
a lot of ruffling and rumbling. Mute.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna mute him.
Thanks.
He's got the cat. Oh man.
So you want to see some covers?
Of course. Yeah. Let me.
Now these have all been pressed and are going into the store this weekend. But these were all ones that I found at the different shows I went to, and some good stuff. This is not issue number 1, but this is Marvel feature Red Sonja. There were 7 issues in the series. This is issue number 4.
I fucking love that.
This is what's his name? Frank Thorne on art.
Yeah, Frank Thorne is one of my favorites.
This is such a nice looking book. I'm almost considering grading it. It's a $10 book. It's in near mint condition, ungraded. It's a $10 book. A 9.4 is a 10. So I mean, it's a decent edition. It's not going to go up in value anytime soon, but it just looks pretty. It's another one where the cover looks so pretty. I want to grade it just to have it in my collection.
Well, did Thorne do the interior?
Yes, he did the interior as well.
I put it out because I don't want to look at the interior.
This is She-Devil with a Sword, Red Sonja number 1. This is volume 2, which isn't bad. I want to say it's a Buscema cover, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's a 60-cent cover. And what's so funny is later this same year, they did a whole new series with a whole new number 1, and it was $1.
Look how good that looks.
Cents. It almost looks like a Walter Simonson, but I don't think it is.
It does look like Walter Simonson. It might be.
I'll have to double check.
So also just as an FYI, Carrot says I gotta tell you what new comics I grabbed this week. Yeah, he went comic shop.
Yeah, we want to.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, we want to hear what you got, man.
Definitely. We were talking about it in the green room. Like, yeah, I hope he shows up. I really want to hear what he got.
All right, this stack isn't that big, so I'll make it quick.
No, you're good.
This is Thor number 297 from. This is a 40-cent comic.
Man.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Jeez.
Here's one that you guys might have remembered. Paul Smith Goody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep.
Number 167. 180.
Oh, classic
with
too.
Kitty Pryde and Storm. And this one actually is like a $20 book, and I picked it up for $1. But after I pressed it, it looks so nice.
Oh,
now this is not
my all-time favorite John Romita Jr. covers.
This is not the one in which he fights Sabretooth.
Right.
That was 212 and 213 with art by Alan Davis.
Right.
This is where he's hunting Rachel Phoenix Summers.
Right.
And it's all gorgeous John Romita Jr. Maybe we'll take a look at it. The inside.
Carrot says, so Red Sonja is the female version of Conan?
Not really the female version, but a character within the Conan universe.
She's kind of a female Conan. Frank Thorne was a genius. He also did a lot of like sexy books.
Yes.
Kind of like good girl sexy books. So there was like a lot of Red Sonja books later on, I think. And not the Marvel stuff, but later on where, her tops would get ripped off.
The thing is, actually, when it comes to the whole Conan the whole Conan Hyborian universe. The Red Sonja that we know is actually a creation of Marvel. I think it was actually created. I think it was Roy Thomas who actually created it, or one of the guys who worked on Savage Sword. Like they're actually in the original Robert E. Howard books, there was a character called Red Sonja of Rogatino, and who appeared in a short story he wrote. But she wasn't. But that character was basically a female swashbuckler who was around in medieval France and Italy. Had no Conan connection whatsoever. What happened was they had so much success with Conan that they wanted to add a spin-off character. So they plucked Red Sonja out of the Howard canon because it sounded cool, but and then just basically made a hot busty redhead wearing a chainmail bikini, which by the way in real life I really don't recommend that you wear, because I've talked to girls who wear it, and they say that unless you're wearing a layer beneath, that it really chafes in all the wrong places.
But what's so funny
I just know that Andrew's favorite thing in the world is a redhead in a bikini. So
the funny thing is this is her volume 2 series. The cover is John Buscema, but they had already gotten rid of the chainmail bikini.
Yeah, I know they don't.
And this was February of 1983 is when
he doesn't look like he was trying on that cover.
Well,
yeah, there was
you get to draw the chainmail bikini.
Yeah, they brought in some novel when the character was character right was transferred to I think Dynamite, and it was there for ages. They had a some novelist, I forget her name. I can probably look it up, but I can't really get it in my keyboard at the moment because my cat's cuddling is lying on my lap. She actually she identified as a feminist writer, but she actually brought back the chainmail bikini because I guess that's what readers wanted. And I think the idea was that
I think you're talking about Simone.
Yes, Simone.
Yes.
Claire Simone or something like that. Yeah. I think the idea was that the bikini, the chainmail bikini, was enchanted or something, or she was such a badass that she didn't have to wear armor. I mean, it works. I mean,
it doesn't say who did the cover. It very much looks like a Walter Simonson for that Volume 3 version, but there's parts of the face that don't look Walter Simon-ish for this cover. I mean, that sword looks like Walter Simon.
Yeah, I don't know who inked. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I really can't tell from the cover, and it doesn't. Comic shop guide doesn't show. So, all right, just a few more to show you real quick. Here's a great Barry Windsor Smith X-Men cover.
Wow.
Number 216, with the interior art by Jackson Geiss. A classic from the Marvel 25th anniversary line is Iron Man 212.
These books look fucking amazing, dude. I'm looking at them and I'm kind of amazed. I know pressing really, you're right, man. Pressing really does.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's Walter Simonson.
It is?
Yep.
Okay. Well, there's no credit on the interior, and I don't see his name anywhere on the outside, so.
I Googled Walter Simonson Red Sonja.
Okay.
It's the first image that pops up.
Really? Okay. And last but not least, New Mutants number 93.
And somebody wants $104 for it, graded 9.4.
Yeah, well, they're not going to get that. This is Liefeld and McFarlane.
Yeah. I have to say, I'll talk about that. So, Kara says, I can't imagine chainmail undergarments of any kind. I'll tell you this, that. So really quick, that I can vouch for the chainmail undergarments.
I'm sure you can.
But I will say though that Rob Liefeld McFarlane. So when I first got into comics, their collab with Rob Liefeld drawing the characters and McFarlane inking, was by far my favorite of anyone. I loved it. I loved it. Those are some of my favorite covers. And there was I was new enough to where I didn't know, like I didn't understand the penciling, inking, and that McFarlane was an artist, and they were I didn't know enough to know all the stuff, right? And I was like, where is this guy? And they would be like, well, that's Rob Liefeld. Here's the new book. I was like, no, because they would show me like the inside or something. We're like, it's not the same guy. Like, who did the cover? You know, I would like hunt down, because that collab to me was like the best artwork. It was so good, so fucking good, man.
Well, certain combinations are pretty magical.
It really is true.
It's Jim Lee with Scott Williams,
Yeah.
Dan Green with Mark Silvestri, when you see Jack Kirby by Joe Sinnott.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Joe Sinnott to me is like, the guy is probably one of the best artists in comics history, and he just happened to be an inker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you look at his lines and like what he pulled, and like all the lines he was pulling on stuff, and it is just mind blowing. It is really good.
Mm-hmm.
But man, so that's awesome, Andrew. So you've just been busy on that stuff all week.
Did Mike Mignola ever do something with Frank Miller?
Did Mike Mignola do something with Frank Miller?
Yeah, I'm just, for some reason,
I don't think they've done any. I don't think they ever did a book together.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm trying to think. I kind of wish they did. Well, you know what you might be thinking? I mean, they were in Dark Horse Presents together with
Yeah, they did the Legends line together. One was doing Sin City and the other was doing Hellboy, but I don't know if they ever did a project together.
I don't no, because
by the way, that
was
Red
like
Sonja,
Aliens or like
Alien Salvation. I don't think Frank Miller.
I don't know if Frank Miller wrote that. I think like, I don't know who wrote that. I think Kevin Nolan wrote that, actually. Now you're looking it up.
Yeah.
So while we're doing that, how are you? So who wants to take the mic? Avery, you want to show your artwork and stuff?
Yeah, I can show you the new page I did.
Let's do it.
I got another page inked for the Lost Pages, inking Dan Dahl's pencils.
Let's see. Oh, nice. So these are inks?
Yes.
That looks really good. I like those lips. That's cool. I like the what's his name? Oh, my brain. The Anchor it's based off of that. It's I
know who he is too.
We grew up with him. Oh my god.
Yeah. I can see him in my mind.
Yeah. Oh, it's all right, whatever.
Yeah, this was the page I'd gotten last week to do.
Carrot says, I missed it. Is this your stuff, Avery? Yeah, this is Avery's inks.
On Dan Dahl's pencils for the Lost Pages 3. For the People ash can. If you get the ash can with Lost Pages 3.
Yeah, I love that page. This page, that panel at the bottom, that guy, that's awesome, man. I think it's really good.
Thank you, sir. And no one's really gotten the hollow foil print with this.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely no one's back for that.
That's insane. That thing looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a hollow foil print on Raid of the White Leopard. No one's gotten it so far.
Carrot says it's real good.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to buy one just so I can see the hollow foil print.
Oh yeah, man. Why wouldn't you? I finally got. So I finally got Ragis's artwork sent off to him.
I saw it on Twitter. It looked great.
Yeah, I'll share the image. I got
share, please.
Here, I got. This is not the best image, but it's the one I have on my desktop. Although I need to talk to you, Avery, because I forgot to fucking scan the page. So he just has this. I don't have a copy. But yeah, so there's Dead Step.
Looks great.
Thank you, man. That's the second one. So he got the Solar Mannequin and the Dead Step.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so I'm pretty stoked with it. I'm so glad to get it out to him. And now I got to go back down the list. I got more to do. But
so you didn't want to send him something good like Batman or Spider-Man?
Oh, you're such a son of a bitch. God. So mean. But yeah. So I'm stoked, man. I think I'm gonna have to we'll have to redo this for a cover or something. Like use it for a panel, something.
Yeah.
It's got to be used for something.
Yeah, it's good.
KG, oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we color it up, and it's a cover.
Yeah. Well, except I don't have it anymore. I'd have to redraw it because I sent it and I don't have a copy of it, but whatever.
You didn't scan it once you were done.
That's what I'm saying. I forgot to fucking scan it.
You could ask him nicely to do it for you.
That's okay. That's right. I'm really like, whatever. I'm just glad to get it out to him. But yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I didn't fucking scan it. So there you go. But anyway, I know, Avery, you've got a version of this.
Yes.
Without showing it. I don't show it, but I know you have a version of it. You have it scanned, right?
Yes.
There you go. So, but I will say, just because I had this daydream, I'm putting put this out there in the universe as a daydream, right? Like, when you scan your pages, Avery, and I know you adjust the levels, obviously for print and all that. Do you also keep it raw? Do you have a raw version of it?
Yes.
Awesome, because I am dead set. At some point, we're going to do an artist edition book. Like, I don't know what the pages are, but I kind of feel like it's got to be an artist edition book. I don't know. It might even be an artist edition book with the Zipatone on it, even though that's part digital.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. That could be pretty cool.
Well, before I put the Zipatone on, I adjust it. That way the blacks blend.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you've got the original art though as a raw file.
Yeah, usually. Yeah.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah. So I'm a little like, damn it, I should have scanned this, but I just needed to get it out the door, and I've had internet, like my printer to my computer, and I was like, I just want to get this going. So I'm glad to get it.
I keep my printers hardwired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I need to hardwire mine too. That's not a bad idea. Is it just an Ethernet cable? No, it's probably just like a
USB.
USB. Yeah. I got to do that. But anyway, so that's there you go. That's 2 images sent off, and yeah. Oh fuck! Actually, I just realized I made a mistake. Okay, I'll have to write this down. This is a Trello board thing.
It apparently appears that Frank Miller did a Hellboy pinup and Mike Mignola did a Sin City pinup.
Yeah.
But they haven't collaborated together.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, I think that would be fantastic if it ever happened. So
20 years ago, it would have been fantastic.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
20 years ago, it would have shattered the industry.
One of those two artists is still on his game.
No,
even though he's gotten older, he's still on his game.
They're both off their game. Now, Mike Mignola's writing is probably still on his game. His art is not. He's no longer peak Mike Mignola.
I did want to apologize to you guys for being late this evening. I wrenched my back a few days ago and have been in hideous pain for the last 3 days. So I needed to take a hot shower, before I joined the stream. Because, guys, I don't roll out of bed looking this pretty.
Oh, yeah.
But I do it for you. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, he is wearing a clean shirt. It's not covered in cat or dog hair.
Don't look too closely at the bottom.
Oh.
Actually, you know what's so funny is
the shirt barbecue sauce?
No. The shirt I had on before was a clean shirt just out of the laundry, but it was blue, and you could see there was a stain like right in the middle that's not going to go away. So I'm like, I can't use
something
it. I can't
oil
wear that.
based.
I can't wear that on stream because
Yeah.
Avery will pick on me.
I'm gonna do that anyway.
Yeah, I know.
If I can't find something, I'll make it up.
I know. It's wonderful. So, has anybody watched the new My Adventure with Superman, the new Adult Swim cartoon?
No.
That is, the first 2 episodes are currently on HBO Max or Max right now.
Wait, what is this?
No.
It's a new cartoon series that just premiered on Adult Swim, and it's Superman, Lois and Jimmy, early days of Superman before he even takes the name of Superman, and it's done in a anime style.
Okay.
And I watched
it's Adult Swim, which is not normally like.
Well, yeah, that's what. But I was expecting it to maybe have an adult bent to it, even slightly.
Yeah.
And in the first 2 episodes, there's none of that. It's really silly anime. But they've introduced 2 bad guys, one of which I believe is going to become Livewire, because they purposely, when the guy was trying to say, he says her name and then says, or what you're also known as. And she said, listen, let's not get into that. And then she gets electrical powers and she actually turns blue. So that's why I'm assuming it's Livewire. But the other character they introduce, they never say his name, but if you read, we always have the subtitles on. They actually said his name was Slade. But he doesn't have, he's got his hair over one eye, but he's not missing an eyeball or anything. So this could be a young version of Deathstroke. And so it's, I'll have to say, after the first 2 episodes, I was intrigued enough to watch it. But something pissed me the F off. Let me ask you guys a question. When, you know how when they do subtitles and somebody is speaking a foreign language, it usually says talking in whatever language it is. And for Chinese, it would be Chinese. Japanese, it would Japanese. If it was English, it would say English. Well, when he first meets the hologram of his father, it says speaking in, what should it be?
Kryptonian.
It says Kryptonese.
Kryptonese?
Like, what the fuck is Kryptonese? And I'm looking at it going, ooh, that just draws me right out of the story, and right out, because it pissed me off. It's like speaking Kryptonian, not Kryptonese. What the fuck's Kryptonese?
Well, that's the Chinese version. It's the Asian version of.
Well, I'm fairly certain the Asians.
Dirty knees. Look at these.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Carrot says, ha ha ha, Kryptonese. That's exactly what it says. And it was like, it really grated on me because it should be Kryptonian, not Kryptonese.
But wait, now these subtitles, whatever, is this something that was like on screen, or is this something you just play with subtitles?
Well, we always have the subtitles on no matter what we're watching, because both my wife and I often are hard of hearing. So we always watch things with the subtitles on. But because the person was speaking another language, it would probably still show that phrase speaking in, it should be Kryptonian, not Kryptonese. It was just very annoying. But overall,
I don't know, man. The Kryptonese buffet's pretty good.
I bet it is. But Avery, I know you're not a big fan of the DC animated movies, that style that they currently have.
Yeah, some of the new ones, man, have been weak sauce, big time.
This one,
like a modified. It's like a modified version of Bruce Timm, right? It's like a next generation.
No, it's not as good as Tim stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like a derivative of a derivative of a derivative.
Yes, but in some things it works. In some things it works well, but overall in everything it's not the greatest.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought the Green Lantern one, the Green Lantern one was absolutely freaking fantastic, but it was that art style. This is a more anime inspired art style, and Lois Lane looks cute. And they made
the tomboy Lois Lane.
Yeah, a little bit, but she's cute. Jimmy, they made African American, and Perry White, they also made African American.
Gentrification is a real.
It is. But one of the things, and Todd probably knows what I'm talking about here, when they draw Caucasian characters and they draw their mouths, it's usually one line when their mouths are closed.
Yeah.
But with African Americans, they draw a lip line on the top and the bottom.
At the bottom. Yep.
That annoys the hell out of me. I don't know why. It just does. It's like it's out of place. It's like, can't you draw that like a person? You know,
wait. I'm
not going to twist this up because I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm just saying, no, I don't want to. Hard pass on going after Andrew for.
It's a small detail. It's a small detail in animation that I don't enjoy. I don't like. I mean, I know why they do it, but it's another thing that takes away.
What does this look like? Let's see what it looks like because I haven't seen it.
Okay. I'm sure you can find the trailer and so forth, but the first two episodes, the two premiere episodes, I believe they premiered on Thursday, and of course they're available on Max the next day. And the wife and I watched both episodes this year. They're 21, 22-minute long episodes, but they were silly, but they were also kind of cool.
Let's see.
But,
it's, Google.
My Adventures with Superman or something. Just put in Superman Adult Swim. You'll find it.
I watched The Long Halloween a few weeks ago and was kind of sad that they didn't go with an art style that was more like Tim Sale's art.
My Adventures with Superman.
Okay, I got it. I got a official trailer.
Yep.
I can do trailers, right, without us getting flagged?
Nobody's going to care.
I care.
As long as we add commentary to it, and I've already given you a lot of commentary, so
for what it's worth, I actually like the art for The Long Halloween. It's I never liked the anime style they use for the other DC whatever you movies. It just never felt right to me. I mean,
I stop it every 10 seconds.
I just wanted The Long Halloween to look like Tim Sale's art.
All right, so I'll play a little bit of it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, play.
Oh yeah, that's super anime.
Yep.
That's American. It's American. Like you see the hands, like it's not super well drawn. They're not using a Japanese studio. They're using
Well, they don't do any of that. Those anime things where somebody like screams and goes ah, and all of a sudden it's like they change the entire style of the image.
Yeah,
there's really not any of that in here. But
I'm trying to.
Wow, that hand looks like an elephant.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know who did this. Like, it's not the Asian studios, I don't think, because they're usually
instead of playing it, you just skip ahead and show a few scenes. You don't have to play it; just skip ahead.
All right, let's see.
I'm gonna hide my powers and be a normal.
Don't play it. I just said skip ahead so you can see the images. See, that's Lois and Jimmy. You're picking the crappiest images to show.
I'm just picking shots.
Okay. Just randomly pick shots at this point, because
I am.
He is.
That's just a weird.
It looks like shit.
Why don't you click it so we can see it too?
What do you mean click it?
Starting now.
The motion's good.
Guys, I gotta step away for a sec.
Okay.
The animation, the actual motion is good.
Everyone thinks they know the Man of Steel, but
the animation.
It also looks like maybe they're trying to add a little bit of Cheeks' style to it.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, that Spectacular Spider-Man was taken directly from Cheeks' style. This, I don't see that. Maybe there's some influence, but it's definitely not.
KG's warning us of a copyright strike incoming.
what was that?
Yeah, it's interesting. What's with the boots?
Well, what's weird is the symbol. It's geometric shapes. It's not. There's no swooshes like an S.
Really?
If you look closely at it, it's just straight lines.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to.
It's a really different view of it.
I'm gonna have to see. Oh yeah,
Almost like the Kingdom Come version,
yeah,
but it's more straight lines than anything else. So
yeah. It's not. It's an S, but it's not like an S.
right.
Which kind of makes sense. I mean, it always made sense to me. I mean, that actually makes sense because it's like, didn't the suit come with him, right? So like, why would it have S on it for Kal-El? You know,
It means hope, don't you know?
uh-huh.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I've seen Narwhal make better stuff by himself.
I would say that it needs to. I don't like how it's like angular.
Mm-hmm.
Like it should be parallel or something. Like if you're gonna go that far, then just like finish it off. You know what I mean, and make it like really abstract.
Yeah. But it's a little
one. Garrett says it's like 2 pieces of yellow cutlery. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Oh, geez, you're right.
Yeah,
that's funny.
It is. You can tell they started just drawing it as like a knife and a bow.
Yeah. It's a spork and a knife.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really fat. It's a fat ladle and a knife and a straight razor
and a butter knife or something, or straight razor. Yeah.
Wow.
Huh. That's interesting.
Even
Very
though it's
different from back in the day, man. When like Batman the Animated Series, when every building was painted, like they painted one building, and then the rest of it just drops off. I mean, it's got an interesting effect, but interesting choices.
They brought back the red underwear.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, in the story, he gets the suit from the ship, which is a lot bigger than we remember it. And when he comes out, it's the blue suit with the red boots, the red cape, and his mom makes him the belt and the shorts. So, yeah.
Is this the future with the transparent monitor? Oh man, with the flat head turn. Oh, that hurts.
I don't like it. This is gonna sound strange coming from someone of Japanese descent, but I'm not a big fan of anime. Maybe because I grew up. Nah, it just never spoke to me.
Some of it's really good, man. Some of it can be really, really good.
Good anime, but it's just. I guess the problem I have. I mean, I'm not a fan of. I like some of it. I mean, stuff in the style of Fist of the North Star, or Golgo 13.
See, look at Lois. She's cute.
These shots are really straight. Like these are bad shots. They're really flat.
She's not cute. She's kawaii, that's to my mind. There's a difference between like anime that's like, for lack of a better term, manly, and just stuff that's just basically kawaii. This is kawaii, and it doesn't really work for me. But I mean, like I said, though, I mean, I grew up watching Fist. I used to watch Fist of the North Star when I was living in Japan. I didn't speak Japanese, but I just watched the cartoon, and I like that.
KG says, "I'm with you. Never cared for anime either."
And I should like it because my heritage. It just doesn't speak to me.
So whoever drew this this picture of Lois and Superman and Jimmy, it's not the show. Like it's actually like an illustrator. That's not a model from the show. Like it's better drawn. It's fascinating.
Well, still, it's new. It's worth talking about, and I enjoyed it, so I mentioned it.
Yeah, man. But
you guys know what I like, so.
No, okay. I don't. I mean, I'm all for any. You got to keep the stuff in print, and you got to keep it in animation. I'm really interested about the animation and like what studio they used because it's very. Like obviously it was storyboarded in the States, but it almost makes me feel like it was animated in the States. Like this is not a. I mean, it's hard to tell, just from looking at it, but it's not. It doesn't look or feel like they outsourced it. That style's usually. I think it's gonna sound bad. Usually a little better. This is a very American style of anime. Hey, what's up, Hype? How are you? Welcome. So yeah, it's just a little. I don't know, man. But I'm also watching stills. Like when we played here, I'm gonna play a little bit without sound. But like the actual animation is actually pretty good. Like the motion is good.
Yeah, but you can already tell this is different from the ones that they've been using for the DCU movies.
Yeah.
And I know you're not a fan of those. I don't think you would like this one, to be honest with you.
No.
But it was. I'm hoping it takes more of a mature bent because it's on Adult Swim. I mean, I don't expect it to be Primal or whatever that one is.
Primal was fucking badass.
Yeah, that first episode brought me to tears.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous, but it was very brutal. This is not following that path, but it'll be interesting if it takes a darker turn later on.
Mm-hmm.
They have the ability to do it because it's on Adult Swim. I mean, premiered at midnight. So they're not aiming it at kids. But, we'll see.
I did watch that Batman movie, the Dragon one, whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
What's that?
Wasn't that like the sequel to Gotham by Gaslight?
No.
No? Okay. Because there was a sequel to Gotham by Gaslight.
Yeah, that's another thing. No, this was kind of like, it's supposed to be like a Batman movie, animated movie, but with like a fake Bruce Lee and other characters.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
It's supposed to be like set in like the 70s. Or
Yeah.
It sucked.
That one came out a couple years ago. That's not new.
Yeah, I
just
just watched it though.
Oh, okay. I still haven't seen it. I've seen the trailer for it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I hated it.
Really?
I watched the whole thing and was like, that was stupid. It's trying to be like Batman animated 70s kung fu movie.
Right.
I hated it.
Do you know which one I really hated? The oh shit! Just dropped on my price in the trash. Their animated version of Darwin Cook's New Frontier.
Oh, really?
Oh, it was horrible.
Really? I never saw that, but I always assumed it would be brilliant because he's an animator and he animated it.
They used his style, but it was like if he drew an image where there was a deep shadow underneath the neck, every time a character turned, they always had that deep shadow under the neck. And it was like it did not translate well to animation the way they did it. It was
which
rough.
is crazy because he's literally an animator.
I know, but he did not animate it.
Right. He didn't direct the actual thing.
Yeah.
And all the extra stuff they added to the Killing Joke.
I didn't mind that as much. But that's just because of me. I have a tolerance, a heavier tolerance for.
They added a whole bunch of crap that just didn't need to be there.
Yeah, I think
it didn't need to happen.
And they did it way to stretch it out. The love scene between Batgirl and Batman, that was really unnecessary.
Yeah, the whole first half of that movie almost, pretty much. It's like that didn't need to exist.
Well, they kind of did it, believe it or not, to make it into more of a Batgirl story, a Barbara Gordon story, not just a Batman Joker story. They wanted to make Barbara Gordon more of a pivotal.
But it was terrible.
Yeah, it was not done well. Let's just put it that way. You're right.
There's a lot of changes in some of these DC movies that didn't need to happen. Some, because you've got characters and things that some of it happened in the old timeline, some of it happened in New 52. Some of it has happened in Rebirth,
Right,
and they're trying to blend all this crap together. So I understand some of it, you know, like them basically doing Doomsday twice in animated movies.
They have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's like the big Superman story. Like that.
Yeah.
That was a huge. I mean, I can't think of another Superman story that's as big.
Yeah, they did that story twice in the animated movies. You know
And,
what?
well,
The second one's not that bad because then it goes into Reign of Superman and introduces those characters. And there's a lot of differences between that and the comic, but overall, I didn't hate it.
Yeah, they did like a Death of Superman movie, and then they did a Superman Doomsday movie.
Yeah,
and there were variations on it, but it ended up having the same. It was the same storyline.
Yeah, and then they did the second one. The second time they did it, they went into it had a sequel, The Reign of Superman, where they introduced all the, the clone Superboy, Steel, Eradicator, Cyborg Superman. They did that. Overall, I didn't hate it.
Good. Not hating it is a good thing.
Yeah. It wasn't too bad. I mean, of course, there's plenty of stuff they changed.
Yeah.
But I didn't. It wasn't horrible.
Have you guys ever seen Mark Texiera do Conan?
Oh, no. Hell no. Wait. Hold on. Well, you can't just bring it on me. Oh, Mark look at that. That's prime. That's like right when he was doing Ghost Rider and all that stuff, huh?
Yep. And he did the interior too.
Get the fuck out!
Really? No, we'll crack it open, man. Let's look at it.
Sure, I'll show it to you. I knew you guys would get a kick out of it. Now he's not the only artist that did it. I think he may have finished somebody else's layouts because there's another artist that's credited in here, Jose Delbo and Mark Texiera. But let me find some good pages that. A lot of people sitting around talking.
No, it's good. Carrot says, what does the Spider-Man logo in the bottom corner mean? I see it on a bunch of different comics.
Direct market.
That's a direct market. Instead of the this is when the babe shows up.
Oh my god.
Very Texy.
Look at that.
I gotta track that book down.
No, I'll throw it in your stack if you want it. It's $1 book. So
yeah, I want it.
He was way tighter at that point too.
Yeah, I have another John Buscema Conan put aside for you as well. So
awesome. So yeah, Carrots. Basically, that's how you can tell. Yeah, exactly. That's how you tell if it's in the direct market. If it was a newsstand edition that had the UPC symbol, if it was direct market, they still had the box. So they ended up with putting like artwork in there or some kind of art symbol.
Yeah, they would put like Spider-Man headshot in there, or I think they've even put Captain America's shield or some other things in there too.
Yeah, America's shield. There were like 50th anniversaries or 75 anniversaries.
Yeah. They would put those in that. Yep.
Yeah, sometimes they even incorporated it into the cover art. I mean, I know Todd McFarlane used to do that with his Amazing Spider-Man issues, where he would draw a character for the box.
Mm-hmm.
You remember those?
Yep.
Give me out the thing.
Yeah, the McFarlane Spider-Man swinging in.
I keep waiting for you to pop something else up on the screen, man.
Well, you want to see a Richie Rich issue or a Richie Rich and Gloria issue? No, I don't.
So no, wait. Why the Richie Rich books?
I got a whole stack of them at one of the shows I went to recently, and I figured, kid books are always fun, so I picked up a couple, and they all need to be pressed. So I'm pressing a few at a time.
Okay.
So
it's really more just like you got them for like at the show for cheap or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I love it. I don't have any problem with the Richie Rich books. Those books were actually really cool.
Yeah, I like having stuff that somebody could buy for a kid and not worry about it, because you can't go into a store nowadays and buy a modern comic and not be a little trepidatious,
Dude.
Yeah, you can't do it, man.
You can't buy an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old Spider-Man anymore.
Nope. No, you can't.
Have you guys heard what they're doing in Spider-Man? They're literally doing it to piss people off.
What?
It's not a secret news, but
Is it something we can discuss?
Sure.
Because I don't know, I feel like it's so. I mean, this is the challenge. Like, you can't talk about half of it because you don't want to come off bad, or like it's just so.
They're giving Mary Jane superpowers.
No.
And making her into a superhero.
No.
Didn't they already try that at least once?
No. What they did with her is they created a character called Jackpot, who was a flaming red hair superhero character who they ended up doing nothing with. But you come to find out she wasn't Mary Jane, even though she looked just like Mary Jane. And she was called Jackpot, which is her, you just hit the jackpot tiger line. Well, now she's becoming a superhero, and guess what her name is?
Jackpot.
And Humberto Ramos did the design, and supposedly she has this band that she wears where she spins it. It's like a one of those wheels at like casinos, and depending on what combination it lands on, depends on what power she has.
You know what? There was a storyline. I think it was an alternate storyline, though, where Peter and Mary Jane both had spider powers, and they were connected, and they had to share them, and they had a daughter.
Wait, Carrot says, I saw the MJ superhero thing. It was something.
It's a thing.
You want to see what it looks like?
That is a thing that they are going to publish.
I understand that you always have to get new superheroes, and it's easier to tap into ones that exist or people in the universe that already exist, than making new ones. Here it is.
Not every idea they had in the past was gold either.
Oh, no.
Oh, look, the diamond pattern on the thighs.
Yeah. Yep.
Guys, as I recall, a few years ago, there was there was a Spider-Man limited series called Spider-Man Renew Your Vows, where I think the idea was that and in that one, Mary Jane did have superpowers of a sort. She basically wore a suit that leached off of Peter Parker's powers, and they
had to share the powers. Yeah.
So I don't think she had powers. I think it was the suit that gave her powers or something. But yeah, that was the one where they had their daughter in it.
Yeah. Did I just say that?
Yeah, I like that. I like that series. I'm sad it ended.
Carrot's is like, why are her legs so long? Well, that's so to be fair, so Humberto Ramos, the artist, that's actually an interesting drawing of his because he's usually way more cartoony.
Mm-hmm.
So he kept the cartoony legs, but the torso and head are kind of more realistic proportions, which is interesting. He's actually a pretty good artist normally. I agree with you, Carrots, though. It's not a great drawing.
They're trying to get people to buy Spider-Man again. They're trying to get people to buy Spider-Man.
Because Spider-Man was such a huge seller.
So then do something with Spider-Man, not fucking Mary Jane.
Well, it's like issue number 26 was supposed to be a pivotal issue because somebody died in it. And it was Kamala Khan.
And no one cared.
And nobody cared. They killed off a non-Spider-Man character in a Spider-Man book, and they wanted everybody to go out and buy multiple copies. And that's what they're trying to do with this one. They're
just
leaking it ahead of time. There's new characters coming out.
What made Ultimate Spider-Man sell so well? Oh, wait, they just focused on telling good Spider-Man stories.
It was good story and good art. Mark Bagley did some awesome art in that.
That's what works. If you have a huge character like Spider-Man, what brings people back? Awesome art and awesome stories. That's the reason it spiked so high with McFarlane. That's the reason it lasted so long as it did with John Romita Sr. Good stories, good art. People will come back.
Yeah. Carrot says, wasn't there a comic where Aunt May was wearing the Spider-Man gear?
Oh, probably.
Possibly. They do that kind of stuff all the time.
They do.
So.
That I would buy.
Of course you would. You got a grandma fetish.
Oh,
whatever. I don't have a grandma fetish. I just turn them into zombies and.
Yes, you do. I've seen your office.
Anyway.
You guys don't see the wall that he's facing. There's pictures of grandmas, and I asked him, "Are these your grandmother?" He's like, "No." He just finds them entertaining. Or I was like, "Wait a minute, hold on a second. Entertaining."
Yeah.
So yeah,
Just
You
random
kinda-
pictures of grandmothers on my wall, like
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah. You kind of just wonder. It's like he's the only person I know with a signed autograph picture of B. Arthur.
No, that would be cool. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that.
He has bikini photos of.
No.
no, what? What are you trying to say, Todd? Are you trying to deny?
Bikini photo. Wait, let's finish it. Bikini photos of who?
Oh God, I already forgot her name. Never mind. She was hot when she was young. She was one of the Golden Girls.
Oh,
Who was the lady that played in Murder, She Wrote?
Angela Lansbury.
There you go. Angela Lansbury was actually.
I
hot
loved
when she
Angela
was younger.
Lansbury.
Yeah,
I loved Murder
Burns
She Wrote was one of my favorite shows growing up. So I have a not a crush on Angela Lansbury, but I definitely had I do have an old. I loved her. I love George Burns.
Yeah, but
You
see,
know?
you don't have images of them in their prime. You have them in images when they're 80 years old.
Well,
I have images
Which is
of
the
them
weird
now.
part.
Yeah, Angela Lansbury originated. I think she originated Sally Bowles in Cabaret on the West End. The British production. She was the first to play that role. I think. Might be wrong. I might be thinking of Judi Dench. Anyway,
Judi Dench. There you go. That's another one.
Yeah, I got something to show you guys. It's not
Okay.
comic related.
All right, we gotta get. I want to get to Carrots too because he's got some stuff. Carrot says, "What the heck? There was an amazing Spider-Man." Spider-Man.
I think there's one in the new Spider-Man movie too.
Actually, I think it was. I know they have that one handicapped spider person in there who shows up for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
I know I've seen these images. It's one of the Spider-Man variants from the multiverse, right? And they're huge, like the Hulk or Venom, but they're wearing the red and blue. And the name suggests that it is female.
Carrots is looking around a picture of Miss Potts on my wall.
Yeah. Betty White.
It's over here. It's over there.
Betty White bikini shots, and not when she was hot and young. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
No,
Guys,
now.
I'm just
Today.
revealing what he has in his office. I haven't told you what I've seen in his bedroom. Okay, that's a whole nother story.
Golden Girls DVD collection, and it's all kind of sticky.
I did actually have a Golden Girls game that I picked up from like a flea market or something for free. Like someone was giving it away. It was I never even played it. It was a Golden Girls game.
Thank you for being a friend.
So Zach's got something to share, and Carrots, I'm dying to know what you picked up too. So
Yeah, absolutely.
So whoever wants to go first, actually, Zach, you go first because you're on screen. But Carrots, like, let us know. I want to talk about this.
Okay, sharing screen now.
All right, let's do it.
Just some stuff I've been working on.
Share.
Yeah. Hold your freaking horses.
By the way, every time Andrew's putting a comic in the little protective sleeve, I'm looking at the back advertisement, the TSR, the Burger Time, all that kind of stuff.
What I've been doing is I finished a novel. I think I mentioned this last week. And what I've been doing is the plan is is to basically like add images in it, illustrations, so that it's more than just text. And previously you'd have to hire an actual artist to do this, but now I can use Midjourney. So I've been experimenting using Midjourney, and it's a lot harder than it looks because you have to kind of like a lot of, because if you're trying to get something very specific, it really you have to do a lot of tweaking. But this is what I came up with, and there's a lot of stuff here. Fantasy City.
This is all Midjourney.
This is all Midjourney. There's a lot of it.
Oh, so awesome.
And I'm a big fan of Michael Whalen. He's a famous fantasy. He's like a legendary cover artist for fantasy novels. So I always like this style. I like this. I like how this one came out. The idea, I mean, the world I'm operating in is sort of a combination of like Greek and Japanese. So I'm trying to get them like to kind of mingle it. It doesn't always work the way I want, but it gets pretty close.
It looks really good, man. These are going to be great. Oh yeah, these are going to be great covers.
Yeah, this is it's not covers. It's like they're actually illustrations for within the.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, they look great. I mean,
it's like supposed to be the equivalent of like the Persian Great King, Small River Village, Japanese. So it's kind of like that. This is like a character, and I mean, I found that you can actually I found that you can actually use like images in the images they create. So like this one here is like this guy here. It's an actual created, and I actually kind of I got him in different images like so, and it's really cool. And this is supposed to be like a combination of like samurai and cowboy.
Wow, looks great.
And it worked really well. Yeah, that's something else entirely.
Midjourney is such a blessing to indie creators, man.
It is. The problem is that if you're trying to get something very, very specific, you have to there's a way to do it, but you either have to type a lot, or like you have to like be very specific about what you want, and even then, a lot of times it'll just ignore what's there because like I guess the way it parses the syntax. Like with some of these, I just literally like just pasted text from the book with dialogue and all in there to see what it would come up with, and that's what that's what a lot of these came out with. This is like actually derived from the actual text of the book.
How accurate did it get in your mind?
Some of them are accurate, some of them not so much. I mean, not the way I viewed it because honestly, if I wanted to be 100% accurate, I just draw it myself, but. So I guess the goal is just to get as close as possible, so that the reader has an idea, because they're going to visualize it their own way anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I figure if I get like a fan of Sydney Sweeney, I'm assuming, and yeah, like why won't this? There it is. Here we are. All right, cool. Oh, and this is like all the stuff I showed you from like a couple weeks ago. Oh, yeah. And 70s Rockstar and Groupies, Group here Raphaelite.
Wait, let me see the 70s Rockstar and Groupies.
Nice. Yeah, the face. I don't like the way the face came out, but
yeah.
I think there's one in here of like Kurt Cobain, although I don't think it's in here somewhere. Oh, I don't think they saved it, bastards. I like the way I like this one here. That's cool. But no, I mean it's a blessing. But you really have to like this is one I'm using. This sort of came pretty close to what I was doing. But there are two problems. The first off is that it is an AI, so it has its own like default settings, and it seems to default towards like portraits and pictures of people. So you have to like, I mean, I've seen people on the main Midjourney. I actually put this on my own server. I've actually seen people like type out like 100-word instructions to get what they want. Yeah, it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think a lot of it, you have to use commas a lot of it, and you have to be very specific. And it doesn't always work. And what I've been doing is I've basically been like running the same image over and over and over, trying to get it right. But I'm getting pretty close.
This is looking great, man.
Yeah, the other problem,
so cool.
Yeah, the other problem we're having is that because Midjourney has like banned words.
Oh, I know.
So, like for example, this one here. Let's see. Basically, I was basically trying to create an image of a horse with a headless body slung over the saddle, riding back towards an army. Mm-hmm. And I think headless is actually like against that headless is actually against their
really.
Well, yeah, look, I mean, you got banned gore words, blood, bloodbath, crucifixion, bloody, flesh, bruises, car crash, corpse. It's not a whole lot you can do here. I don't see headless in it, but I think it's apparently
probably, yeah.
Also, I don't even know what that is. I don't even want to know what that is. Rule 34. That's pretty obvious. That's pretty obvious. There's a lot of Japanese words in here, by the way. So I don't know what that says about Japan. What the hell is Wincest? Do I want to know what that is? If you do, don't tell me.
I have no idea what that is.
Kinbaku thought. Okay, yeah, we're not going to go there.
Wait. What is jerk off king at pick?
I have no idea, and I'm sure I don't want to know.
Okay.
I mean, look, voluptuous. That's kind of sad because that's it's like a lot.
That's actually a descriptor. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, you can't use sensual. Well, I've seen it used, so I don't know how good their filter is. I guess they're trying to like make it. Oh, the human. Look at all. I mean, Jesus.
Badonkers?
Minge.
Booba.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, massive chest. What if they mean like a massive chest of gold? Does that really work?
Penis.
Did you get away with that? As in, what the? I'm speechless.
Honkers.
Ban clothings. Ban taboo words. Oh,
Jeez.
well. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those are some bad ones.
Drugs. Torture. Disturbing. Farts. Poop. Xi Jinping.
you can't use well, that's interesting. You can do a lot of world leaders, but not him. I guess not, huh?
No, apparently not.
That's actually says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I'm not sure what. Yeah, I'm not sure how good their filter is because I've seen some of those words like sneak through, usually as part of like a broader description. So maybe it has to be like, so maybe it's got to the point where they can like kind of like guess the intent. Like if it's just like a descriptor for like a standard picture, okay.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like for porn, then they're gonna freak out on it.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's what the internet is for.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Rule 34 is there, but so like I said, these get fairly close to what I'm looking for. They're not like actually what I see in my head. I mean,
Carrot says, "I give you permission to use my name."
If I wanted to like get him what I see in my head, I'd have to draw it out myself.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know how hard it is to generate a warrior who's a combination of samurai and Greek hoplite? I mean,
yeah.
This took me like an hour of like trying to figure out, okay, how do I do this? But it sort of worked.
It's pretty awesome, man. Good stuff, dude. Thank you for sharing.
Looks great.
Yeah. I mean,
so
and I like this one here, too.
That's pretty good. Before we go tonight, definitely, I want to get to Carrots because I know Carrots hit the comic shop.
All right, go ahead.
Carrots, brother, tell us. Type in like what did you pick up? You gotta let us know because we're dying. Like I saw the pictures of the. So Carrots was posting pictures of the pinball. Like he went pinball machining and got me all jealous because I love pinball machines and I would love to have a basement full of them one day. He says an hour isn't too bad. I used so many hours trying to come up with AF characters. You did well. Yeah, I tried to have that guide, dude. The guide I was hoping would work. He says, I grabbed a ton of cheesy advanced D&D DC comics first. Dude, those are good. I love those. Yeah. They are cheesy, but they're super good. Batman versus Predator. Wasn't that Batman versus Predator? Isn't that Lee Weeks?
There was like 3 series.
There was a
couple.
Lee
Weeks did one of them. Yeah.
There's one that's a Kubert, I believe. One of the Kuberts.
Oh yeah, right.
Which one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did like how many? Like 3 of those? Maybe
those were
4?
good. I mean, I don't remember all of them, but the Lee Weeks one is, I mean, legend because Lee. He did. I thought he did Batman versus Predator, and I thought he did a Batman versus Magnus Robot Fighter versus Predator, right? Something like
I don't know.
The first series was called Batman vs. Predator 1, and that was that I believe is the Lee Weeks one. The second one was called Blood Match, and that was Paul Galassi.
Right, Paul Galassi's pretty good.
And the third one was DiMaggio was the artist.
I don't know DiMaggio.
I remember in one of them, it wasn't the first one. It might have been the second one, where it was, or maybe it was the third one. Blood Ties is the name of the third one, where the Predator brought a younger Predator, and the younger Predator was targeting Robin.
Oh, Carrots, a Marvel triple action with Avengers versus X-Men. Hey, Carrots, in that book, because they did a ton of Avengers versus X-Men. It was a summer blockbuster thing that they were trying to do. If you see a AR code, like a little AR box, on some of those panels, like I did animation for that. So that whole AVX thing, like they got into, I don't know, somebody sold them AR technology, and that whole summer, like we did like hundreds of animations for AVX, which is Avengers versus X-Men. So yeah, I don't know the app, but I know you can actually go online and you can see like some people using it and stuff. He says a code. What do you mean? I'll look for it. And some of the panels for those AVX, and I don't know if it's in yours, but it might be. We're still doing it, I think, at the time. In the panel, and some of the panels, they would, in the corner, it would just say AR. I think it was just AR, like a. Let me see if I can. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Let me show you. Let's see. Avengers.
You're right. The first Batman Predator was Andy Kubert.
Oh, okay.
You were right.
Yeah.
It wasn't Lee Weeks.
I know.
Lee Weeks, I think, did the Magnus robot fighter Predator. I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
That was the one where the covers were by Barry Windsor Smith.
Yes.
But Lee Weeks did the interior. Dude, Lee Weeks is definitely on my wish list. You know.
Oh, he says this Avengers versus X-Men was 1979. So that was not the same thing.
Oh yeah.
He said he also got he wants to look for Solar Man of the Atom. Dude, Solar Man of the Atom is awesome. He says it sounds like it's hard to find.
Which if it's the original, those can be harder to find. If it's the Valiant 90s stuff, that's going to be easier to find.
Well, some of the early issues of Solar from Valiant, like the first 10 issues, are kind of pricey because they were Barry Windsor Smith goodness.
Yeah.
But later issues you can find all over the place. 50-cent bins everywhere.
I didn't know the Valiant ones were pricey.
Oh yeah. Do you remember? I think it's either 8 or 10 was the it was just black. The entire cover was black.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sought after collectible one.
Really?
Yep.
So,
I had no idea.
Carrot says, I found some Gold Key Magnus Robot Fighter and I love them. Going to try to find more for sure. They are pulpy sci-fi.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Magnus. That was one of my favorites. As like even the like I didn't get exposed to the Gold Key stuff because it was just before my time. I got exposed to the Valiant stuff and I really liked it.
Oh, the issue 10, the one I was talking about, the black blank cover.
Yeah.
It's like a $40 book because it's also the first appearance of the Eternal Warrior and a couple other characters.
Wow, really? I had no idea those held value.
Yeah. Issue 1, first appearance of Solar, is an $11 book. 2 is a $10 book. 3 is a $30 book. First appearance of Toyo Harada and Thumper, which eventually led into the Harbingers. Issues 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all $8 books.
Oh, wow.
11 is an $8 book, and then it drops off from there. They go down to 5 after that. Like right around the time of Unity is when they start to dip. But prior to that, they're all still, $8 for a ungraded 9.4 is actually pretty good. Pretty decent.
Carrots, you got a good haul, man. He says, okay, sorry, Avery.
No, I would have suspected because Valiant has fell and everything, all those books would be practically worthless. But they're not.
They're still up there.
That's cool. I had no clue.
Yeah.
Carrot says, I grabbed Marvel Saga Origins comic that discusses the origins of Cyclops, Iceman, Iron Man, and stuff. A Captain America and Falcon from 1979. That was a lot of fun. That was a cool book. I know that book. And a Lords of the Ultra Realm. That was weird, but okay. I don't know that one.
It's a DC. It's a DC book.
Oh, okay.
Pat Broderick, I think, was the artist on that one.
Huh.
Okay. Oh, okay. A few other random ones, but definitely going to shoot for the sci-fi stuff for sure. All dollar books. Don't care about condition so much. Just is fun hunting for them. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Here's that.
That's issue number 3. That's the one that's worth the most. It's a $40 book.
What was the best cover?
9.4 ungraded.
And more awesome Barry Windsor Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good, man.
But
I like that layout, actually.
that was issue 2.
It's kind of interesting. I never realized how they did the trade dress like that. It's kind of interesting.
Well, for a company that focused more on story, you get Barry Windsor Smith to do the art and the covers. I mean,
Yeah.
And then he kind of fell off.
Yeah, during that period where he was writing and drawing 2 books a month.
Yeah. I think that was Bob Hall. This one's Barry Windsor Smith. That one's Bob Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Or Don Perlin is who that is.
Yeah, Don Perlin. Yeah.
That's Barry Windsor Smith.
Barry
They
Windsor.
kind of went back and forth. That's the black cover.
Yeah.
And the second print has a 2, a numeral Roman numeral 2 on it. I used to have a copy of that one. But then Unity, Frank Miller, and then it went down. And Joe Quesada covers.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
That's when Joe Quesada was good. In my humble opinion.
Yep.
Carrot says, if you guys know of any other sci-fi stuff like that, let me know. Definitely. Yeah, I'll show you this. You'll get a kick out of this. This was
How about the original Jack Kirby's original Challengers of the Unknown?
Oh yeah. Here, hold on. Let me show you this. Kick out of this. This is
Commandy was kind of sci-fi.
Yep.
This will be a good thing to kind of end on. Be good. So this was the AVX AR, so the augmented reality stuff. It didn't have the hold on for a second. This is the one. This is a good one, I think. Hold on. Let's try this. Because I think I found a good link. We'll see. Can you hear it? Yes, it doesn't matter. Can you let me make sure let me share the audio.
Share.
Damn it. I don't think I clicked the button.
Where's Dusty, by the way?
He's working. He's grinding, man. We've been hitting it hard for Web3 Comic Con, and he asked.
Well, tell him after an hour and a half, I realized he wasn't here, and I wanted to say I miss him.
Carrots, Challenges of the Unknown. So, I will, Drew. Challenges of the Unknown. I don't know about the classic Challenges of the Unknown, but the Challenges of the Unknown from the 90s, drawn by John Paul Leon, is one of my all-time favorite books. And yeah, it's not sci-fi. It's a little sci-fi. It's a little X-Files. I loved it. It was great. It was absolutely great.
I remember the Howard Chaykin Challengers of the Unknown.
Yeah.
Which I didn't understand at all. When I read it initially as a kid, I didn't get it at all.
Yeah.
There was a Challengers of the Unknown done by Tim Sale as well.
Challenges of the Unknown can be good. The one it's one of my all-time favorite. I have them all. Like, I love the John Paul Leon books.
Yeah, that's the one I bought, is the John Paul Leon.
Yeah. Okay, here, check this out.
bears the Marvel AR logo. And today I've loaded up on my laptop the front cover of Avengers versus X-Men, so we can show you exactly how it works.
Let's see. So let's see if she does the thing. She's gonna put the book in front. You put it in front of the cover.
It picks that up.
Yeah.
The brightest planet in the galaxy, home
Right.
to over 7 billion souls. In less than a week, it'll be visited by the cosmic entity known as the Phoenix Force, a living comet that erases worlds.
So it was basically like having animation on the cover and inside the pages. Like it was kind of everywhere.
Something new.
And really, it was just animating the comic panels. You know.
Needs a host, a vessel to harness and shape its power. What if that host were to embody the hopes and dreams of the X-Men, a race on the brink of extinction,
Jiggly.
while the rest of the world trembled in fear as it braced for impact? How might Earth's mightiest heroes respond to that? And the Avengers came to claim the X-Men's only hope
Cool, right?
tomorrow.
Yeah.
What would everyone do?
And then it goes, and then it fades right back into the cover. So. Like that. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it is.
We did a
Yeah.
ton of those things.
Yeah.
Too many. I still have nightmares.
It's like, thing is though, how do you bring that back and do it to where you have to have the NFT and the physical copy?
Todd said, "Shut up, Avery. Shut up."
Nope.
It's too much work.
It's too much work and it's a gimmick. It doesn't do anything. Like it's not. It was. Thanks, Carrots. It was just too much. It was like, I mean, we thought we were gonna do it for like once or twice and be like, yeah, that'd be really cool, like a collector thing. And then they did like 5 or 6 an issue, and across like all the books, it was like 150 a month. It was insane. It was ridiculous.
That sounds insane. That's too much.
It was ridiculous. But anyway, well, good. This is awesome. Great show. Love you guys as always. Happy Friday. We went round robin. We got everything covered. Carrots, thank you so much for showing up and sharing. Dude, you know the whole. I mean, look.
Oh yeah.
We're nerds on a lot of things. But definitely this comics got at least some of us. Zach is more the movie guy. We always get the movies in, and we got to get some of the like game guys in here. Like
honestly, I'm more of a book guy than a movie guy.
Fair enough, book guy. Yeah, man. Any nerd stuff, we're always down. So awesome, guys. Love you all. And with that, we'll see you next week. Have a good weekend. See you on Monday in the AF Discord, and we're going to be pumping stuff out. Stay tuned for Web3 Comic Con news, man. Like, I mean, we're very tired because we're working really hard, and it's turning out to be really, really something special. So, Karen says I'm more of a sci-fi book guy, but enjoying the comics. Yeah, man. There's always something good, man. I'm with you. I'm definitely more on the comic side because words and stuff, but. Wherever your nerd fits in, that's what it's about, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Love you. Have a great weekend. See you next week. Take care. God bless. Peace out.